What is up, everybody? Welcome to season 2, episode 2. This is a lie. Already starting off on a bad note. Season 2, episode 2 of 2x 90 days, where I have to double the person in front of me's business in 90 days, or I donate $10,000 to charity. So, before we jump into where we left off, we're actually just going to do a quick recap. I've got all the notes right here. Holy cow. Funny how that works. So, we've got Logan. Logan owns Gorilla Media Group. They do done-for-you social content, and they are a relatively big business. Relative is the key word, though, because some people it's tiny, some people it's massive. Right? But
To me,
I think
it's tiny, bro.
I think it's, as my wife always says to me, it's just right.
You got a great wife, bro.
Yeah, dude. She knows
She
the
sounds
right
like
thing
a
to say to me.
keeper.
Yeah. Let's see what's relevant in here. We went through some of his numbers. His monthly revenue right now is at 25K. They did just close some new revenue, which is good. But yeah, monthly revenue is currently 25K, so we need to be at least at 50 and be able to sustain that. We looked at his expenses. The biggest constraint that I saw was acquiring new customers. Really, everything's been referral and warm and all that.
Yep.
So, we haven't really done ads. You're not really even doing like a ton of your own content for this, which I want to talk about a little bit today. We talked about your packages, all that. So then we left off with a little bit of homework and kind of skipping some stuff. But these were our open loops. So we talked about him doing a time audit. We
I
talked
didn't talk
about
about it.
perfect. So we'll talk about that. We talked about a specific avatar, and we'll decide what that is. Then offer, and then in the future we're going to talk about generating new leads, funnel and sales process. I think we can probably get both these done today. So
Cool.
now let's go over to today's notes. Give me some updates. Tell me about the time audit you did.
Okay, so I won't bore you with all the details of it, but I've got it pulled up right here. It is it's pretty telling, honestly.
Okay.
Um, I would say a lot of my time is disorganized. It's very reactive. So I find that I'm getting pulled into things I wasn't expecting, getting hit up by people. I think I'm just making myself too available would be my guess because if someone calls, like I'm taking the call if it's one of my clients, you know what I mean? And I could be flowing and doing something, but then that all gets thrown off. And also, there was a time yesterday we all got into a debate around the office about just some random bullshit, and ended up spending like an hour to an hour and a half on that alone.
Was it another Sydney Sweeney debate?
Okay, I don't like the implication of that with the word another. That implies that we have debates like about Sydney Sweeney a lot, which is not true.
Just
So
like
no,
not a lot, but like somewhat often. Is that like a
we
better way to?
we've never had a Sydney Sweeney debate, and we still have never had a Sydney Sweeney debate. No, we debate the finer things. I think it was about one of Dostoevsky's books, actually,
Oh my
Gulag,
gosh.
I believe it was. So yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm just
Cool.
kidding. That sounded super pretentious, but
So
yeah, no,
I'm
it
gonna
was just a waste of
we're
time.
gonna cut to the chase in a lot of this because I know you can handle the truth on this. There's
Okay,
two different things that I'm hearing that you're saying, right? So basically two constraints within time audit. The first one is going to be your dopamine, which I know you're very familiar with. The second
oh
one is
yeah,
going to be who has availability to you. I'm going to start with the dopamine. Our brains are not designed to have all these assaults on our dopamine that we have access to today, right? Just to put it bluntly, we now have access to naked women whenever we want. We have access to fun whenever we want. We have access to drugs whenever we want. We have access to literally everything that could destroy our brains. Probably need to do a small detox from this, and then being very intentional what you let into your life when it comes to dopamine. Here, I'm gonna just tell you best practices that I have in my life, and then if you like any of these,
cool,
you can use them. If you don't like them, don't use them. I don't really care. It's none of my
awesome.
business. Great. So first and foremost, no social media on your phone. And you might say, Trevor, I run a clipping business. I don't really care. Get a second phone then, because on this phone right here, you know what I don't have? Social media. I have a baby, come back. There we go. Yeah, I have another phone that I have like social media on, and I basically keep that in a drawer that can't leave a certain room. Because otherwise, if I'm sitting here, 2 seconds is all it takes for me to open up Instagram and then be like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, I don't even know where I am. Right. So maybe that's just me. Next would be things like ad blockers or even feed blockers. Right. Because you might say, well, Trevor, what if I'm on the computer and I just go over to Instagram? funny you say that. If I were at Instagram, I can't see shit because my feed is blocked.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So this is
Look at
just a
that.
little extension. What's this one called? This is Newsfeed Eradicator. Right. So the only one I don't have is YouTube. Most people probably should have this. My partner has it, for example. I don't get sucked into YouTube for some reason, so I'll use it for like research reasons. But I mean, obviously there's entertainment stuff on here, but like, I don't know. I don't really get sucked into YouTube, but I could turn. Right. I could go over to Newsfeed Eradicator. I could turn on YouTube. Boom. Great. Now I can't see anything. So, anyways, highly recommend that.
Newsfeed Eradicator. That's good.
Yep. What else? Those are the big ones, man. I mean, I think you're very familiar with how dopamine works. I'm not going to sit here and mansplain it to you. The bigger one's going to be the availability. No, I shouldn't say the bigger one, but the more like this one has more tentacles. So there's going to be multiple different types of people that have availability, and you're going to need to be really organized with this. The first one is family/friends. The second one is going to be employees, team members. Third one's going to be clients. Fourth one's going to be randos. Okay. Clients. I'm going to start here. I actually don't think your client should have access to. I don't think clients should have access to any CEO of a company. Why would they? You guys offer a service, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is the service Logan singing and dancing?
Definitely not.
Is the service Logan giving somebody a back massage?
Heck no.
Yeah, well, it could be. Maybe that's our upsell for later. Maybe that's how we double revenue. But
If you say to put that in the offer, yeah, then do it.
But your guys' service is an outcome. That outcome's not dependent on them having 24/7 access to you.
Facts.
Now, it might require some type of account manager, and maybe with you guys being at $25,000 a month, for now, maybe that's Logan, right? And that's okay. But it won't always be Logan, and it needs to be a defined role so that you can scale out of it. Because right now, if it's just people bombarding you, asking you questions, derailing you, basically 24/7, or they can do it whenever, you'll never scale out of that. Okay, so we need to define what are the ways people can and cannot contact our business via account manager or CSM or whatever you want to call it. That's just a term, right? And then right now, who is this person? So it's probably you, and that's okay.
I actually have an account manager.
Brother.
Yeah. And he's a stud.
You have an account manager and clients are hitting you up?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I need to make, so I have like if it's like certain things, like he doesn't do any scripting or strategy and stuff. So I'll be talking to him about a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay. Do you know who Chris Paul is?
No, I don't. Chris Paul.
Really? You don't know who Chris Paul is? Okay. How about I don't know. How about Larry Bird?
Heard the name.
That's racist that you don't know who Chris Paul is, but do you know who Larry Bird is? That's wild.
Okay.
That's wild. Chris Paul's a point guard.
Okay.
Do you know what a point guard does?
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly?
I only watch MMA, bro. I don't watch any of these.
That's
other
suspicious.
Sports. Sorry about that. Yeah, well.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, cool. What did he say? Did he just say he doesn't watch it? He kisses boys and calls it MMA. Is that what he said?
Yeah, something like that.
That's what I heard. Anyways, point guard. What a point guard does. There's multiple positions in a basketball team. Okay, there used to be 5. There's basically 5 positions because there's 5 players in the court at any given time. The point guard, their most important stat. Yes, they're allowed to score. Yes, they're allowed to play defense. They do all those things. But their most important thing that they do is they dish out passes. They make the other people on the team better. They facilitate, right? They are facilitators. That is your account manager. Your account manager is the point guard of your team. So what does this mean? Does it mean they're going to be the best at every single thing that, oh, wow, that's facilitator? Oh, wow. Oof. For a guy that likes tater tots, that was brutal. They might. That's a clip, right?
No, it's not a clip, bro.
No, it's not a clip?
That's
Come
not
on.
a clip.
Oh,
All right,
man.
it's a clip. All right, it's a clip. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, they're facilitator. So your account managers, they hang on. There's like this notification on the screen. It's been driving me nuts this whole time. Now I can think. Their main goal is not to do everything, right? They
Yeah.
are making other people look good. So if you have a client that's like, yeah, I need this and I need scripting, awesome. They communicate with the account manager, and then the account manager is the liaison to know who else on the team needs help, right? I'll give you another example that's probably a little more tangible. You were inside of our Done With You program at one point, right? Does that rings a bell?
Yes, I remember.
Done With You ads, okay. And you had an account manager. Who was your account manager?
Alex.
Alex, great. Did you know that Alex isn't an expert at every single thing in our program?
Yes.
Yeah, right. How could he be? I don't even know if
Right.
I am, and I'm the one that built it, right? He couldn't possibly be. But what he is really good at is communicating, being super helpful, making sure you know where to go next, and de-escalating if there's ever an issue. That's what he like. That guy was like he had superpowers with that. So clients would communicate with him. So you communicated with Alex, and then behind the scenes, if you needed something from, say, me, Alex reached out to me personally, right? Then he could batch all the things that clients need, and I could meet with them once a day for 20 minutes. So yeah, this person needs this. Great, let's do it. This person needs this. No, they don't get that. This person has this question. Cool, here's the answer. Bang, 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 bang. Otherwise, I'm sitting on my phone all day getting inbound requests from everybody.
Right.
Makes sense? So Alex is
Yep.
a point guard. That would make me LeBron James for obvious reasons.
Who's that?
Yeah,
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
let me Google LeBron James. No, I'm not Googling it. You see the resemblance, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, cool. Does that concept make sense? I know I kind of went off on a tangent, but does that make sense?
For sure.
Okay, cool.
Crystal clear. Yeah.
Okay, so we're good on clients. Great. Who else has availability to? Employees and team members.
Yeah. This guy right here be shoulder tapping me almost constantly.
At least it's your shoulder.
Damn near 100 times a day.
At 25K a month, you guys are going to be pretty scrappy. I don't think it makes sense for you to be like, oh yeah, people can only reach out to me once a day. Like, I don't think that's realistic, right? If you even have full-time employees at 25K a month, they're probably in the weeds with you. You're in the weeds with them. Like that's.
Yes.
But in the future, when you guys are at 500K a month, what's going to happen is you're going to have leaders who meet with you in a very specific cadence, and then they're going to have direct reports that like probably don't really know you that well, and you just have to be okay with that. So for right now, I don't think we worry about this one as much. I think instead of us trying to like change their availability with you, if you notice that it's not working for you in some capacity, just create better communication. For example, my partner right now, him and I had to talk about this yesterday. He is on the West Coast and he generally sleeps in. Actually, it's funny. He gets up early, then he takes a nap. But for me, mentally, it's like he sleeps in. Whereas I'm more of an early person, but I'm also 3 hours ahead of him. So we've been doing our strategic meetings at like 7 o'clock my time. And I can tell like he's like getting steam. He's feeling good. And I'm like a zombie and like I don't feel like I'm helping on these meetings anymore. So we just communicated about that. We said, hey, look, if we're going to meet at that time, they need to be shorter, they need to be more concise, or we got to find a different time. You just got to communicate about it. That's it. Okay. So clients, employees, team members, randos. Do you have randos hitting you up?
Yeah, actually I do.
Okay. Who?
Well, I guess that would, never mind, it'd be friends and family. We haven't talked about that yet. Randos.
Wow. I'm sorry. You were going to put your friends and family in the randos category?
If it's like a friend you haven't heard from for a while, it's like they kind of they seem to like have rando status. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where
like,
do I fit into these
through
4
my text.
categories now? Where's Trevor in this?
You'd have a 5th category. It's like drop everything, tell your wife to go away. You need to take this call.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, I love that for us. Okay, family and friends. You have to personally decide how important this is. So every family member is probably on a different tier. I will tell you right now, if my wife walked in this room and needed something from me in the most respectful way possible, I don't give a fuck about you. My wife
You
comes
didn't
first.
have to say that. You could have just said, hey,
No.
like,
I did.
I would have said her needs.
I did.
Dude.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's one thing for me to say that. It's another thing for me to actually act that way. And I'm going to show you something. On my calendar, every single day, 4 to 5 is Cassie time. I hang out with my wife for an hour every single day. I do not care if somebody has $1 million check they're ready to hand me. Hand it to me at 5:01. I'm busy. Right? But
that's cool.
It's one thing for you to say these things. It's another thing for you to do them.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, because my wife has that ultimate, like, she can get whatever she wants, she doesn't. Right? Like, because she has that full access to me. It's not like she's walking them out. My office door's closed, but she's probably not walking in right now. right? Unless there's an emergency, right? Communicate. Your friends, man, like, dude, if your friends aren't entrepreneurs, hit them up on the weekends or something. I don't think you need to be like jerking off them during the week. Cool.
Cool.
Okay. I know I won't. This was like way too much of a double click, but I was feeling.
No, I like it, dude. That's good stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes you just need to hear this stuff from someone that's doing it to validate the concept. You know what I mean?
I think honestly, I was probably saying it out loud so I could hear it too, because sometimes I need the reminders. Okay. So we're good on the time audit. Go us. What did we come up with on the avatar?
I would love to serve people that have a coaching offer.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyone that
Awesome.
has a high ticket coaching offer and maybe a low ticket coaching offer too.
Actually, my business partner and I have double clicked into this recently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you even have to make that distinction. I think the better distinction here is what is their revenue.
Okay, gotcha. So you categorize a coach by their revenue rather than what their offers are.
Because you might say like, oh, if they have high ticket, it's different funnels, right?
Yeah.
And somebody who has high ticket, quite frankly, can probably get cash much quicker. But if you
Right.
have a low ticket business that's doing $50,000 a month, for example, that's a way better business than a high ticket business that's doing $50K a month.
Sure.
Like I mean, that's like night and day. It's just a better business. So instead of like discluding one or the other, I would actually go off what is the revenue, and the reason why I would say that is you'll have to pick the number. But let's say the number, just for example, is 30K plus. Just throwing that's a random number. The reason why we pick the number though is this basically proves that they have a few things: validated offer, validated fulfillment, so that if I were to install our powerful clipping system, they can handle it. Right? You might find somebody you really like and they have a coaching business that's just launching. Well, yeah, they're gonna have to go through some stuff, because if you all of a sudden handed them 10 clients, they probably couldn't handle it, right? They don't have validated fulfillment. On the flip side, you find somebody who's like doing 10K a month, they're already running some ads, but they're kind of getting their teeth kicked in. They don't have a validated offer. So their problem isn't getting in front of more people. It's the fact that the people they're getting in front of don't even want this yet. They haven't figured that part out. So they really need to have these two things. Cool?
Cool.
Okay. I like this. People with a coaching offer. Lock it in.
Yeah. I like that 30K too, because that makes complete sense. And when you said that, like, I didn't know a number off the top of my head, but yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'd even change this to like 20. 15, 20. Or 20, 30, like 20 to 30. I wouldn't like maybe you're saying 30, maybe you're thinking 30, but then if somebody comes in that's like a rock star at 20, it's like it can work too. Below 20, they're not gonna be ready for you. Cool. I don't think. I mean, okay, so we've handled avatar. Look at us, dude, just kicking. What's our offer?
Yes. Okay, so offer. You ready for this? Do you want to write it?
Dude, when I tell you that there is blood flowing in my nether regions right now, I mean it.
I love that, dude. That already happened for me 1 minute into this call, so I'm glad you stepped it up.
Is it continuous, or did it like?
Oh, it's been continuous this whole time.
Okay, tell me. I'm ready.
So,
I'll type.
All right, so 100 clips a month. So here's the thing: I want to be able to. Anyone can have the option to scale this up, but this would be like the base package. Okay. Is that a good way to build this out? You down for that?
Tell me the offer first, and then we'll double click into that.
100 clips a month, mini chat setup, and 1 lead magnet built a month. And then an additional 50 posts. 30 of these are going to be scripted.
30 scripted?
Yes, and then 20 carousels. So all in all, they're going to have 150 posts a month.
So basically 5 a day.
5 a day, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Exactly.
I like it.
You like that. Now, here's what I want, though. I want 2,500. I want 2,500 a month, but I also want a performance-based bonus. Not bonus, but like a small percentage of any revenue sold. And we'll set up a GHL pipeline to track this, and probably use our own built landing page. So I guess that'd be another value add for them is we'll set up like a simple landing page, stock it full of you know, social proof and stuff.
Okay. Let's double click into this first. So
Okay.
the number's arbitrary. We can work on that, but the performance based is what I'm interested in. So what you're proposing is build a landing page,
Yep.
um,
GHL pipeline.
GHL pipeline, basically attribution,
Yep.
and then you get a percentage of that revenue that's sold via that pipeline.
Correct.
Okay. Can I play devil's avocado?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's say let's say you come across a coaching business that's doing 100K a month in revenue, and now you're going to help them create more content. The clipping that you're going to do, is that getting posted on their main channels, or are you like setting up another channel for them?
It's their main channel.
Okay. They're already doing $100,000 a month. What is their incentive to post now to a different funnel instead of driving traffic to the funnels they already have that already exist?
So that's a great question. So this is all I'm coming into this idea because one of my clients who coaches other plumbers, they had an ads agency running meta ads to book calls on their calendar, and they fired everybody for that because just from the content that we're posting for them, they're getting, sometimes 15 to 20 leads a week and booking like 5 calls from those leads a week from this. So we don't have any sort of thing set up like this, but here's the thing with them, because their offer is so high ticket, they're at about 300K a month in rev, but their infrastructure is very shoddy still. So they don't have like a landing page built out, or they don't have like a pipeline that they've used for a long time because they've just been in business. So that's a great question. I haven't actually thought about that. What would I do? Like, why would they be incentivized to use a different link is what you're saying?
Yeah.
If they already have things working. I mean, do you think that if things are already working for them, it's in my mind, it would most likely be from like meta ads or something else other than the organic content, right? Or else they wouldn't really want to be hiring.
Well,
you
to
handle that.
Yeah, you can make that an intentional part of your avatar where you're going after businesses that are doing paid traffic and doing nothing with organic.
Yeah, which from what I've seen, like at least, so I'm down here in Phoenix. I'm at the Elliott group a lot around Andy Elliott, and so many people that come learn from them have zero clue what they're doing on social media, have nothing built out there, and so it's like all I have to do is show them Ben's account, and it's like easy sale. It's like, oh yeah, dude, he's getting 15 leads a week from this, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, his content's popping off, So yeah, I guess that would be good to put in there because that's who we have been working with already, is people that have a need for this.
Do you think that, so when we talk about people with a coaching offer, do you think there's a lot of coaches that only are running their coaching offer via paid ads and no organic?
Yeah, I think so, because the agency that he was using before is actually a buddy of mine who does great work, but his whole thing is social's not trustworthy for generating leads at all. So they used to be social media, and then they just switched purely into ads.
Wait, they switched into ads because organic wasn't trustworthy?
Yeah. He said it was like a lottery. Now, from what I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. You mean like it's not like predictable? I thought you were saying like it doesn't create trust, and I was like, dude, you need to like bonk your buddy in the head with a stupid stick because
he's a smart guy. You guys would get along. He would never make a statement that bold and foolish. He's a smart guy.
I wish he would. I haven't been in a good fight in a while.
He'd sleep you, bro.
Really?
He's a D1 wrestler, dog.
Dude, yeah, but is he 6'6", 230?
Dude, 6'6" just means easier to sub.
Does it? I don't know, man. Got a nice little reach, just he's diving to my ankles. I'm just like, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, if you have a good jab, then that's a different story. I didn't know you had a good jab. That's on me.
Yeah, so. I've got a pretty thick knee too.
I bet you do. I bet you have 2 thick knees.
Okay. I don't know if I liked that. Let's bring it back. Anyways, so I don't.
See what I'm saying though? It's like.
But even let's reel it back in though. So these people, regardless, they're gonna already have some revenue from a funnel.
Yeah.
I don't know that building out a brand new funnel and like wiping out what they're already doing is gonna make sense. Unless you go unless it's a part of your avatar where it's like, hey, you've got this coaching business that you're like magically getting clients and they don't have a funnel. Like I don't. Here's my, I have a love-hate relationship with the coaching market. I'll give you my thesis really quick, just because I think this context will be helpful. The good coaches are like some of the best people in the world, right? They're super into self-development. Like you kind of give like a coach vibe, where like you're into self-development. You are always trying to improve, do things the right way. Like good coaches are just like the best people. Yeah. But for every one good coach, there's probably like, I'd say 20 dumbasses. And that's just like the math of it. And the problem, the reason why is because there's really no barrier to entry into coaching. It doesn't take anything to start a coaching business. And that is both good and bad, right? So because of that, the good part is, yeah, you can go build $1 million coaching business in like a couple months. It's just super easy. It's really hard to scale after that, but that's its own issue. We don't have to talk about that today. The problem is though, most of these coaches are, in the nicest way possible, selling thin air, right? And yeah, they're giving people transformations. Like I'm not hating on that. I've invested in coaches and had really good experiences. Like it's that's not what I'm hating on, but they're not really giving anything tangible. So because of that, most coaches, the thing they're actually good at is marketing. Like that's the thing they're good at, because they're getting people. They're good at marketing and sales. Actually, probably more sales than marketing, to be fair. But they're convincing somebody to spend a decent amount of money on thin air. So the reason why I've had this like love-hate relationship with working with coaches, because yeah, like you get the right one and you can like you put jet fuel on their business and it's incredible. But for most of them, the only thing they're kind of good at is marketing. They're usually not good at anything else. So there's not like a ton of utility you can give them, because like you're coming in to help them with the only thing they're kind of good at.
Gotcha.
Now I'm not trying to say like, hey, that means develop your arbitrage. Honestly, we have a business in the pipeline right now that we're going to probably go after this market. So like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think knowing that is important, where there's almost like a little bit of scope creep here, where I think you do the clips, you do a many chat setup. To be fair, if you're doing many chat setup, you are actually doing funnel stuff for them. Like that is a funnel. Right. But you do lead magnet per month, which also funnel. So and then additional posts. We just have to draw the line somewhere where it's like, what are the things we definitely do and definitely don't do? And I'm wondering if then building out another landing page, I don't know.
The only reason I want to do that is because I want to be able to track, basically. And if you know of ways to track without needing to do that, I'd be open to it. But I guess the other thought I had is a lot of the people we've worked with, they don't have a great landing page or funnel set up already. And so it's like if I could set one up for them where I know it's at least going to convert so that we can get paid too, So maybe if it's like, hey, we can either just plug into what you already have or create a new landing page for you.
I think that's more like, I almost think you do this a la carte, at least in the beginning of this being a new offer, where it's like, it's almost like there's two paths. Either one, they don't have a great funnel landing page and you go and build it out, or two, they do, then you build your tracking systems into it.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know how to do that, bro.
Okay, well, we can work on that, right? Because this is just basic attribution. And I don't say basic meaning it's easy, but it's relatively simple.
Okay, just a matter of watching the right resources and
exactly. Like it's just making sure that we're tracking a customer journey. And what you're talking about is attribution from like hey, did this sale come from our organic or from your paid ads? That's like as straightforward as it gets. Where it gets a little bit more complex, but it's still very doable, is actually segmenting out customer journeys. Where it's like, yeah, you can see that this person engaged with these pieces of content and then they bought, and we're actually seeing a pattern. And because of that, we need to get these pieces of content more into the top of funnel or more in front of the right people. Like you can actually use it to segment out and then make decisions. Cool. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, okay, I like this. I think we could do it. Let's see, performance based. What's your performance base? Like, what's the percentage you're talking about?
So I don't have anything set on that either, because right now I have like 3 different people that we just closed on this, and it was kind of like during the sales process, it's easy to sell them on like the flat rate, but then it's like kind of haggle back and forth a little bit on the percentage. So for example, I'm talking to some guys right now that have he's like a High Rocks winner. He won High Rocks a bunch of times. Yeah. He's super fit, blah, blah, blah.
I'm sure he never shuts the fuck up about that.
The word High Rocks is almost in every sentence when we talk. Yeah. You know what I mean?
If you're watching this High Rocks guy, don't beat me up.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
I'm sure he's great.
Cool. Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yeah.
I'd probably just like piss. I mean, all 7 people that watch this, so then minus my mom, minus my grandma, so all 5 people that watch this, if any of you do high rocks, don't come for me. Congrats, you work out. I'm happy for you.
I don't do high rocks, so that's another one off the list. You're probably safe statistically, but yeah, I mean, he's got basically a workout app that they're trying to get people on, and
Nice.
it's $70 a month for his program that
Nice.
will help them, get really good at high rocks basically. So it's a little niche, but they want to pay me $5 a month recurring of everyone that we can get on the app, basically.
Wow, that's great.
I know. I'm like, sweet. I'm down for that because I'll pay the flat rate monthly. I'll do everything that you've written down right here. And what I told them is that I would need to set up my own landing page, but that's just because it sounds like I was
think
lacking knowledge and information.
so. Then, really, what I would call this is like you're actually, because this clipping is just like a mechanism through which you're doing this, but you're really offering to be a growth partner.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, because and the clipping is like that's your mechanism. That's how you're deciding to do it. But I don't think clipping is a bit of a commodity, which I think you've run into in the last few months of your business.
Yeah.
And if we can say something different, where it's like, hey, I help you get more customers through this specific mechanism or through organic, and how we do that is through high. Hormozy just said a term in one of his videos recently where I was like, ooh, that was good. He said qualium. So qualium.
Wow.
Yeah, qualium. So it said qualium, which is quality and volume combined. Quality volume. And I was like, boing, that's a good one. So
Yeah.
I almost feel like that's kind of what you're going for with the clipping is the quality volume. Okay, we could jerk off of this. Here's the thing. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I think for right now, just do cut like I think you can actually do like a custom percentage based on the business or a custom set. Like you did $5 per sign up with that guy. Like I think $2,500 a month is the base, and then it's a flexible custom depending on what makes sense for you and for them.
Okay.
Because you're doing all the sales right now, so you don't even need to you don't right now need to standardize this because nobody else is selling it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
now one last thing I want to throw out here as part of this offer, and we can move on from this.
okay.
We've been playing around with like targeted meta ads, very simple because I'm not great at meta ads. Everything I know I learned from your program. And I learned
that's such a backhand.
That sounded like
I'm
such
really
an
shitty at it because all I did was go through your program.
That's not how I meant it. That sounded like an anti-testimonial.
Can't wait to clip that one out. That was...
Yeah, right. What I meant by that was I had no knowledge, and any knowledge I have obtained that's made me at least semi-okay is because of your program. And if I had...
Okay, good save.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And so what I'm trying to say is that we want to run basically targeted meta ads. And this is from like Andy Elliott's right-hand marketer. This is like the play he's running, where it's like you run ads as awareness ads to their page to a certain audience rather than, a targeted, here's an offer type ad. So I want people, and I've been pitching people on, hey, if you do this too, you're going to have to pay for it, but I'll set it up for you and we'll do the creatives, but you have to pay for it. But this is just going to throw more gas on the fire. And so a lot of people are super into that idea too, because once I'm like, oh yeah, bro, it's like you own the traffic at that point. It's like, it's way better than, and they're like, oh yeah.
What I would recommend is do that as like a part 2, right? So, or like a phase 2 upsell.
Okay.
Paid ads. Because I think combining it with all of this right now, like we're trying to get this offer dialed in, systematized, working.
Okay.
Let's get this dialed in, and then when you have somebody crushing for this is such a no-brainer upsell because what's going to happen is they're going to have content that effectively you're proving it's working. There's no reason for you to not run retarget ads on that. Right. So that's a bit of a no-brainer, but I think doing that right away, you might shoot yourself in the foot because in their mind, the whole first month, second month, like that, the way you avoid churn is they're just trying to justify this payment, and that's one thing. But now let's say they're also then putting money out into paid ads. Well, now they're actually trying to justify both of those payments.
Gotcha.
And it's pretty easy for them to just churn. So I think we can lock this in, but I think we should do it as phase 2.
Okay.
Cool.
So that being said, that raises one last quick question.
Oh my God, we're never going to move.
I know. If you had covered this in your course, I wouldn't have to ask you this right now.
Bro.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The course is great. The course is awesome. I loved my
I don't
time.
sell it
Thank
anymore,
you.
so you can say shit.
Okay. What I was going to ask is for phase one, do you think I should be locking people into at least a minimum, like 3-month minimum, so we can have time to actually get some traction?
I'll tell you, there's probably like, if you read like Alex Hormozi's offer books, he might tell you to do something like, actually, what he would probably tell you is he'd probably say you can, instead of locking them into 3 months, you could offer them 3 months for some type of discount to lock them in that way, right? So you could basically A/B close it where it's like, hey, you can just do it's $2,500 a month, but if you want to commit to 3 months, it's actually only $6K. I'm throwing it out there. I did not do math or anything. If you want to commit to 6 months, it's only 9, right? Just as an example. That's one way you could do it. I don't think locking them in from like the traditional, like, hey, it's $2,500 a month, but we require 3 months. It's just not. This is more of a personal belief than a rule. I don't think it's the best way to start a relationship like that. Like, if you're not performing with them, let them walk. Who cares? Because with this, I don't think you're gonna have any issue performing pretty much right away. And quite frankly, if you are, let this be your forcing function to get better and perform for them right away. Now if you were selling like SEO or something that it's very hard to perform in the first 30 days, and I'd say, yeah, like that's why all the SEO guys sell these 6-month, 12-month contracts, because they know it's not going to work in 30 days.
Right.
Because they have to sell it that way or they'll churn. But for you, you're going to get them results right away. I think you can actually say it in good faith, where it's like, you know what, well, let's do it month to month, because if I'm not making you money, I dare you to walk away. Kind of put your balls on the table a little bit.
Love that. That's great.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we have figured out your offer. Now we need to figure out how you're going to generate leads and what your funnel and sales process is going to be.
Yes, dude.
Let's go. Today, we're going to learn an exciting new term. Do you know what that term is?
I don't. What is
I'll give you $1,000 right here on the spot if you guess the term.
Demarcation.
Nope. That was a really good guess. Today's term is dog food. Do you know what that means?
You talked about it briefly last time. I don't remember.
We call it dog fooding your own product. So, and I say we. This is a software term. Dog fooding your own product. So you guys do a clipping service. You guys help people create organic content. Do you know what you're not doing right now for your own business?
Creating organic content.
Yeah. So I think you should dog food your own product. I think you should be, whether it's a company account or your own, I think you should be making content around how valuable this is.
Okay, that raises a question, because I have sold an account or two off of just my Mr. No Slop personal brand. Just saying, like, yeah, look, I'm doing it for myself. Like, I'm on the cutting edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could I do that for this? Or are you saying I need to have a whole nother account that's like, here's how we help business owners? Like, because I find that content kind of soul sucking to make content about making content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you, and I know exactly what you mean. I wouldn't say like literally sit down and just make an account that's like, all right, here's how you make content. Like, it's like being a coach for coaches, like literally. Like now you're 3 layers.
There's so many guys that are like crushing it doing that already.
Yeah, no.
Caleb Ralston,
But I think what you could do though is like, just do your own version of it. Like, yeah, like here's what I'm kind of starting to do. It's like I do a lot of business coaching. All the coaching I do, I just do for free now, and that becomes my content. I think you could do something similar where it's like you're just showing people how to, like literally just showing people how to grow an organic brand and showing what's working for your clients, showing what's working. Even if you're not generating a bunch of leads right away, it's going to do a bunch of lead nurture, which is really important.
Got you.
Like that, you're going to be able to bank that content. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, just on those lines, I was going to ask that. So if I have my Mr. No Slop content, which is all about escaping addiction and dopamine and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And if I was to make another page, this one could be like talking about what I'm doing that's working on this page to help monetize my product type.
Yeah. Okay. 100%.
See, I can get down with that because it feels real to me, instead of me being like, here's 5 winning hooks that you could try this week. You know what I mean?
No. You don't have don't get caught trying to chase what other people are doing or like what the trend is or anything. Like, just share what's working. Like picture the people that you want to be on sales calls with, or the people you've already, your favorite clients, and just make content for them.
Love that, dude. So simple.
Okay, so what this is going to do is first, it will probably generate some leads. It'll be a little bit slower, but create some leads. Then what you can do is you can take your best content, you just run that as ads. Then what I'd recommend is we just put together some lead magnets that we can also run as ads. Like that's going to be just like the low hanging fruit. I think what that does too is it also buys you a little bit of run rate instead of having the pressure of like, all right, I got to go run some banger ads and make some money with it. You can actually get your feet wet this way, kind of low barrier, low investment, and kind of feel out the market a little bit before just going all in. Because right now, new offer, new funnel, new at running ads, very unlikely that you just go launch something that prints money. It's just unlikely, right? So you're what's going to happen is you're going to be paying down a tax to learn, but there's free ways you can pay down that tax.
Gotcha.
So,
and you're saying that free way is through doing it on my own stuff.
Doing it organically. Yep. So that's what I recommend. Dog food your own product, because you guys are already really good at clipping content and creating content. Do that for yourself, right? Whether that's maybe you do like a long form where you just like do like a full long case study and you're showing, how maybe you do a long ass video about how you've grown Mr. No Slop, and then you clip that into a bunch of clips.
Dude, beautiful. So simple and beautiful, bro. I love it.
Hee. Cool. So
you're really good at taking compliments, dude.
I know I am, aren't I? So we're gonna start talking about homework. So you are going to. What do you think? Is this a new page? Is this the same?
It's a new page.
It's a new page.
I can't do this on No Slop, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
2 different
organic
markets,
content growth page. You're gonna have to. So basically, like, when I start a new page, I like doing a little bit of like just do content pillars, so kind of what you're making content around. Actually launch page, and then between now and our next meeting, I want you to record one long form, and then chop that into clips, and I want you to share your screen and show some posted.
You got it.
Yeah, cool.
That's good homework.
This still gets pushed to next. Go. Cool.
So just worry about the new page and filming that for this.
Worry about the new page. Yep. Okay. I like the offer. Yeah, you did good, man.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Dude.
What questions do you have for me?
Dude, nothing. I mean, as they were coming up, I was asking them. So you're very thorough, very valuable. Just trying to get that. See, to me, that was like a really surface level compliment. And even that was enough to put you over the edge, bro.
Yeah, man. These Mormons and their edging, am I right?
Wow. Yeah, I guess so. We're good at it, dude. I mean, we've done it our whole lives to stay in line and, not sin, basically. So.
Yeah, cool. All right, homie. I will. I'll stop the recording. Stay on now. I'm gonna pick your brain about our next meeting. So.
Okay, sweet.
This is episode 2. We'll see you in episode 3, where we come back and we see a bunch of content from Logan and.